for a kid to be removed, and foster care could be worse, but the change needs to start with us. If you're whipping your kids, you need to find a different way. Get them into therapy, get yourself into therapy. If you're having them hold chairs and books and all that, hold big water jugs or all that, then, to cause them physical pain in order to teach them a lesson, that y'all both need to be in therapy, the kid and the adult. And that's all I had to say. Like I said, Rose and Alex already pretty much covered most of what I was going to say.
Thank you, that therapist.
I'm also
Edwin. Oh, okay.
I'm also going to drop real quick. I just want to say that in no means that I'm advocating for James, but I'm also advocating for be careful before we make that next step. Because just as we can say the what abuse is and what we see and what we heard, we witnessed, there's 10 times more shit like that goes on. Excuse my language, goes on in foster homes or in group homes. So before we make that phone call, let us be sure that we are ready to really do that. Because like I said before, who's going to follow up?
What would you rather happen then? What is your solution? Because either way it goes, they call, they get abused in their home by their parents, or they do call and they may potentially get abused in the foster care system. So what is your solution, Black man?
The solution is, a matter of fact, I'm not at the point of you. No, I am at the point of we weaponize CPS, we weaponize DCF, and that's what it seems to be said, because they're not. Because I have seen tougher cases than that. I have seen tougher people who are holding chairs and getting whipped at the same time, and the struggle to remove their kids was hard.
So I'm asking again, what is your solution? Since you made that
there's no solution that can be done.
Statement and acknowledgement.
There's no solution that can be done over line.
So here's where the problem lies. When we're in a space talking about children being harmed to some capacity, and you make such a valid statement with no solution, it then makes me question your validity and who you are as an individual, especially a Black man in the community. Because I would have hoped that you would have had a solution to a child being abused in the home or a child being abused in the
home. There need to be systems inside the house.
Okay, I have a question. Can I ask something? Can I ask something? Because I'm missing.
Hold on, Ebony. Hold on. You can ask the question. By all means, you can. Let me finish, though.
Okay, babe.
By all means, I would have hoped that you would have introduced something other than the things that we already know to be true. We know that things happen in the foster care system. We understand that. We also know that things happen in homes with the abuser. We understand that. So if there is no solution, sir, why did you bring it up? Why? Because what it does is it more advocates for the abuser than the child. What it does is it shines more light on the fact that the child, once again, has nowhere to run to, nowhere to go to, has no protection. That's what that proves. That the child has no protection. That's what you're proving.
No. I kind of have a suggestion to your.
Hold on. I want to hear from him. I'm sorry.
No, okay, I'm sorry. No, because this isn't going to be a back and forth conversation with me and you.
And I'm just stepping in because I.
I'm sorry, ma'am. So, sir, why don't you want to answer that question?
Because what I just said.
So he don't have an answer. He tell you.
Okay, he don't have an answer. Got it. I'm so sorry, Mrs. Love.
I kind of have an answer for that. It would be to provide more accessible resources for families, but hopefully families want to go in and take those resources, because a lot of families don't. If you look at James, he's clearly in denial about a lot of things, but if he was on meds, he would be on a better state of mind. Going back and changing the laws, the child welfare laws, stuff like that needs to take place, but that takes place on a legislative level. So just putting more resources out there, holding more families accountable to their situations that they're dealing with in their households. A lot of people deal with ACEs, adverse childhood experiences, or trauma, I believe that the therapist spoke of, and people aren't dealing with those things. And so it leads to that. So to solve that is to put more resources out there for families and hold them more.
Miss Love, I don't even think, Rose, I don't even think it's that either, though. I think it needs to be, just because you have the ability to lay down doesn't mean you should. We talking about the end result. No, a lot of y'all.
I got a solution to
Hold on. A
a lot of y'all are too irresponsible and nobody's supposed to say nothing to y'all. Unfortunately, I'd rather be hated now and loved later. The bottom line is that a lot of y'all don't need kids. That's what it is. You don't have the resources. You
Right.
refuse to go to therapy before you have children. You refuse to utilize the resources that have been provided to you before you have children. We don't need to wait until children who are again, who have no help, no defense, no anything, the most marginalized group, to come into a world they didn't ask to be born into, for y'all then to decide you want to go fix your mind. No. How about before you lay your ass down and you in heat off the Hennessy, you decide whether or not you are ready to be a parent and whether your mental and your cognitive is up to par before doing so. That's the beginning.
Yeah, it is the beginning,
Okay,
but
but
once
then
the
you
child
guys
is
start
born,
making me
there's
question
no
like
there's no
parenting back
turning
in the
back. But the
day.
only solution I have for the
Back in the
situation matter
day,
is
our
the
parents used
same
to
people
have us standing in
the
the
same people
corner.
who donated money for him to go see that child that he went and picked up, the same people should donate him money for therapy, for him and that kid to go to therapy. Same people who support him should be in his corner supporting him to do therapy. That's the only solution to the problem. If he's not willing to go through therapy, those kids gonna continue to suffer through those situational matters
The
that
cycle
he's putting them through
continues.
each and
Yeah.
every
Right.
day. If he don't
Yeah.
go through therapy within that whole household, they are gonna suffer from verbal abuse on a day-to-day basis. We don't know if it's physical, but it's going to be a mental and verbal abuse going to happen each and every day until he go through therapy and actually have a sit down with his kid where he can talk him through certain situations without corporal and individual punishment that he did yesterday.
I just want to make sure that we understand that he does get help and funding from the government, which means that any type of therapy that he desires or requires for not only him but his entire family is free. So he would not need anybody to see him anything for him to use that money for other things, right? So he gets free help. And the resources are CASA and CPS. You can call them and ask for resources. That's what they're there for. They have.
You can call 211. It's a whole bunch
You
of
can call.
people
There
you
are
can
so
call.
many. Hold on, because I ain't heard nobody say these names yet up here. Okay. So if we want to talk about resources, let's talk about it. Because for some reason, people are more afraid of CPS than they are trying to get the information from them. You may not like their system, but guess what? The resources are still there. You can
CPS
ask
will help
for the
you.
resources. You can
CPS
look it
help.
up. You can look up the information. People are so used to group thinking and depending on other people's information that they do not look it up themselves. You have a cell phone. You have a cellular device that allows you to get on the internet, and you choose not to look it up yourself and instead ask other individuals for the information that you could look up. Why?
But I just say the solution to the problem is to get therapy. We speak about solution, not how the outreach programs, know what I'm saying, for the solution. Keep on the subject of solution, not, know what I'm saying, moving the goalposts more and more. Speak about the solution that can help him and his kids.
This is the thing, Cognac.
That was a solution.
solution.
This is why
That was a solution.
Yes,
What
that
the
was the solution.
y'all sit on
But I
y'all
really
sit
got
on
a
wait,
serious
Miss Love.
question though. Can I answer my? Can I
No,
ask
Miss
my
Love,
question?
because I need to say this really quick because y'all not clocking this, and it's gonna go
I
without
think we have
notice.
clocked it
On
enough.
one point,
Honestly.
on one end, y'all say James is James, right? We've seen plenty of live there on YouTube, there on the blog pages. Y'all say, and even he has said, he's not a person that can take constructive criticism or any type of feedback or on what it is to parent better. But now on the other hand, y'all in the comments saying, well, what's the solution? I've seen so many of y'all on panels saying you can't change his mind. So which one is it? This is why we keep saying y'all don't even take yourselves seriously, because y'all the same one saying he's beyond approach. So which one is it? Can we call CPS and get CPS involved, or have y'all already determined that this is a person that cannot be reprimanded? Which one is it? Quickly.
You can call CPS, and at the end of the day, people are still going to do what they want to do. So that's the solution. At the point you provide them with it, it's up to them to take it. If not, the same stuff continues. It's been happening for hundreds of years. So it's up to the individual at the end of the day. That's it. Communities come together, like the stuff is there, but people have to take accountability at the end of the day. And that's it. And a lot of people don't. And at certain points, you get to the point where, you know what, I've done all that I can to lead this person to water and they don't want to take it. So you back off and they do what they want to do. And when their kids grow up, you notice the kids have the same pattern as the parents. And you know you did your best to help them 10, 20 years ago before it got to this point. And now their children are doing the same thing that their
Okay, yeah, that's what I want to say too. That's 20
I'm just
years
gonna
ago,
wait.
maybe
Hold on.
30 years ago,
Hold on. So I'm gonna
whatever the
just.
case may be. Back
I've been
then, they
dodging
used to make us
traffic.
stand in
Y'all
the
like that
corner,
Frogger
holding
game in
cans
order
in
to
our
get on
hands with one
the
leg
go
up.
across to the middle.
They used to
I
have us
just
go
gotta
outside
Edwin, hold
grabbing switches
on.
from the
Hold
trees.
on.
I was talking first. They used to have us
Yes.
grabbing switches from the trees. We used to get whoopings with extension cords, all type of stuff. So do you guys look at that as an abuse? Like, do y'all look at that as an abuse for you to just stand in the corner for 30 minutes because you did something wrong and you had to sit there and hold a book? Like maybe 3 books in your hand until they told you to get
It
away
was
from the
Yeah.
corner.
abuse.
Yes.
So do y'all
That's
consider
abuse.
that abuse as
Yes. Yeah.
well?
Yes. That's abuse.
Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am. That is abuse.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry that happened
Okay,
to
because
you.
yeah, because that I'm not gonna lie, because now you guys got me reviewing back, things that used to happen to us back in the
You
day
have been
that
abused, love.
CPS wasn't even involved and our parents had us doing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
and
guess
if it,
what? Guess what? The older that you get,
like I said, I'm so sorry that that happened to you. But yes, you were abused. I'm so sorry, and I will acknowledge
Oh,
that
I'm
there are
not saying
people.
that I was
But
abused because it didn't personally
So
happen to
so
me,
Hey,
but
I
so
just
I've
want to say
had
this, and I was gonna
witness it
drop.
from other
I
people.
just
Wait,
I just
hold
want to say
on,
this real
y'all.
quick. I'm gonna say the organizations real quick, just so that we have an understanding. Yes, you can call CPS. Yes, you can call CASA, CASA. You can also call for Milwaukee, specifically for Milwaukee. They have something called the NSPCC helpline. There's also one called the Child Line. There's a Parent Line Plus. This is for Milwaukee.
Yeah, but with the but that's
I'm
not.
just
I
making
mean, that's
sure.
not what I'm saying
Excuse me,
though.
ma'am.
What I'm
Excuse me, ma'am.
saying is
I
how
understand
no.
what you're saying. However, I'm
Hey,
giving resources.
finish. Let you
However, I'm
finish.
giving out resources instead of just talking about and maybe centering myself. I'm talking about resources to help that child because this is
No, I understand what you're saying.
organizations that can help this child in Milwaukee. Right. So I'm just making sure that we have that understanding and y'all can talk about whatever the fuck y'all want to talk about. But at least I have resources to give somebody to that child. Go ahead.
No, yeah, and that's facts. But I'm
May
just
I?
saying, like the
I just want to say
comparison of
one
how we
thing.
used to
I'm
be
just gonna
treated
drop.
back then, far as like, and I'm not
This ain't
saying
about
me, but
how we
I'm
got
just
treated
saying
back
kids and
then. If you're not in
but
those situations,
it might
now.
not be that case, but that's how I'm looking at it.
Mm-hmm.
So we in 2024. So basically, you're saying that that's looking like abuse when back then parents were actually doing that to their children. I mean, we were in school letting a principal beat us with a paddle. Was that considered abuse? That's all
Yes,
I'm saying.
yes,
I'm not
it's
saying
a
that he's
it's
wrong. I'm
form
not
of
saying
it.
that he's
yes,
right
that's
at all.
abuse.
But I'm telling you
yeah,
how I look
Yeah.
at
but
it
it's
now.
not. You know what I'm saying? It's discipline.
A stranger,
It's a
a
difference between
stranger
So was
discipline
that
and abuse.
considered
Now,
your
abuse?
discipline
child.
and
Yeah,
abuse is not the
yeah.
same thing.
Okay, thank you. And
Come on,
that's
man.
exactly how I feel though.
I
Like
mean, I
Discipline
got
and
paddled
abuse
I'm
is
when
not
not
the
I
saying
was
same
that he was
thing
in
right.
elementary. So, I mean, I took
because
it for discipline because I did something wrong.
But
I
You
did
got something
something
you need to get
wrong.
off your chest?
So I mean, yes, when I got paddled in elementary school once, and I knew because I did something wrong, but they took that away. But with some of the abuse that goes in the household, if it's not reported, they don't know. So children just kind of grow up with that abuse. You know, they
So
still
you
go to
mean to
school.
tell me so
Okay.
these schools were
I just want
allowing they
you.
were
I just
allowing
want you.
principals and people that were ahead of the school to abuse us. So this was being allowed.
I just want you to acknowledge, right? Because this is going to go
That's
down a
sick.
different rabbit hole that it doesn't need to go down. But listen to the statements that you made. They took it away. Think about why they took it away. And we can move forward.
Yeah,
And
that's true.
so now we can move forward, right? Because if people are saying that these things are causing harm to children, and we have to take it away, pay attention to that. Don't harbor on the fact that you just so happen to turn out good, or your kids or your grandparents or your mama so happen to turn out good. Let's acknowledge the fact that it had to be taken away for whatever
No,
reason.
exactly. But what I'm saying
Okay?
is
So we're
I
going to
feel
move
like a
forward.
lot of
Okay.
parents are still
Okay.
like, which
Forward.
is James, that is still like deep rooted into old school,
Yes.
parenting. That's what I'm saying. I understand that. I'm 37 years old. I'm not slow. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying facts. Like back then, that's what they used to do. So now
Yes.
we already know that it's labeled as an abuse. You know what I'm saying? But basically, either way, both was wrong. Flat
Right.
out.
Okay, I just want to say this real quick and I'm going to drop. All right, so when we talk about somebody who wants to go to therapy, you have to be self-aware that you have an issue before you even, before a person is going to actually get any benefit out of therapy. So, again, if James doesn't believe that he has a problem, you're not going to get this man into therapy because he believes that he doesn't have a problem. You have to be self-aware before, or therapy's going to be useless in that sense if you don't think you have a problem. So, yeah. All right. That was it.
All right.
But so
Thank you, Bella,
That's
for
my whole
having
point,
this
though. To what
he
Sauce
also
said,
discussion with all
they
the
keep
people
saying
here.
James
I
is
would
James.
appreciate it. I just want to say to my fellow melanated people, I say to everyone on TikTok, the height of your arrogance and the depth of your ignorance is your undoing. We're not as smart as we think we are. We don't know all the variables, the factors, the circumstances. We saw a clip and we formed an opinion based on what we've seen James do, what he said, how he's behaved, whether he was
He
drinking or
actually
not. I
had an
mean, we have a
interview.
lot. We have a lot of opinions. Let me just say
He
that.
had an interview and
So
he made his statements clear.
wait. I understand. It's one interview. James
He had
has been on
multiple
TikTok
interviews,
more than
Edwin.
365 days, right?
He had multiple
That
interviews,
means we've
Edwin.
seen him in a lot of different spaces and places doing a lot of different things. All I'm saying is one moment doesn't define a person. That's the depth of our ignorance. We all have made mistakes, catastrophic to be exact, right?
That's like saying that a person who unalives someone is not an
the
unaliver.
difference is simply this. It wasn't on public display. So all I'm saying is the height of our arrogance and the depth of our ignorance is our undoing. I'm not saying James should get a pass or not. All I'm saying is I don't know. But this is what I do know. I do know that if we involve CASA and CPS, because of who they are, they're going to respond. They have to. What I do know is when they engage, there is a clock that starts ticking. Wait, let me say this. The expense may not be to James, but the expense may be to us. These are taxpayer-funded projects. So what I'm saying is, if you're going to put this resource into motion and spend my tax dollars, make sure your facts is straight, not your opinion.
Okay,
Now,
so
wait.
okay, hold on. Let me have
An
this. You
interview. Let me land my
no.
plane here. I'm
Ask
sorry,
him
y'all.
about the video. What did he see the
Your
video?
So
plane
all I'm
gone.
saying to y'all is this.
Alicia,
You can ask me
hold
any
on, guys.
questions. You can say whatever you want to say. Just let me land. All I'm saying to you is simply this. I know parenting is a difficult thing, period. I come from a generation that most of the young people on here, I would say sub 40, would think we were in an abusive, chaotic situation, from books to switches to belts, right? To running up a hill, to rolling down a hill, to carrying big stuff, cooking for our sisters or our brothers, anything, get up early, clean the house when you don't want to clean the house, do tasks. Parents is not a perfect sport. And when you look on another parent, you can find something that you feel that the parent is or is not doing that is helpful to the child. That's an opinion. It is not perfect. So all I'm saying to you, young people, is simply this. You need to be resourceful. If you want to help James or the children, do so.
This is clown work.
Find out where he lives. Go
So
help
hold
the
that thought
children.
because James is in the panel. Have you
Okay,
heard
that's
him?
fine.
So allow
So
him.
I will, all I'm saying to you guys is this.
We had some dialogue, so now we need to allow him to speak, okay? James, your mic is on mute.
Yeah, my fault. I'm in here shitting you motherfuckers out. My fault. Hold on. Let me get my shit up real quick. Y'all ass. Hey, excuse me. Tell your people if y'all want me to talk, I talk. But if I'm gonna be muted, I won't. I drop out
Go
this.
ahead and speak, James.
No, nobody muted him.
No.
Hey, I dropped the fuck out this bitch. Cause I don't give a fuck about. Oh shit! Damn. I'm trying to turn the camera on. Cause I want to be seen, baby. Thank you, Bella. You done made me go viral, baby. You done made me go viral.
That wasn't my doing. Wait a minute. Don't
Thank you. Yes. Ah. Yes, baby. So look, we can also tell Okay, who we got in the box? We got OG on the left of me. You got Bella on the left of me. You got OG from the days. You got Alex. Alex, you a fraud. We in Milwaukee. You a fraud, Alex. Remember that young brother got underlife at the gas station? I sent you a couple of inbox. You know I'm the one shut that shit down, right? You a fraud. So you don't be in your community like you say you be in your community. You bounce. Who else? Where Rose go? Rose don't got no kids. Rose don't got no kids. She don't even like the black man. She don't even like the black man. She bounced.
But bro, that's not
I
about
ain't no
what I'm saying.
bro.
That's not
Let
about
y'all talk.
Let him
what you think
finish,
about other
Dre.
people.
Dre,
Address the
mute.
situation at
Let him
hand.
Man, I know. Cause
out.
guess what?
Let him get it out.
Guess what? I don't know how y'all think y'all trying to check me. I don't think y'all trying to check me. Y'all ain't no parents. Y'all ain't changed no pamper. Y'all ain't went to no doctor's office. Y'all ain't stayed up with y'all motherfucker babies crying. Y'all didn't go to court and fight for y'all kids. Y'all didn't do none of that shit. Why do I gotta listen to y'all? Y'all only reported my page so y'all can do this. So I won't have a time to respond for myself. I'm doing this